Charm Schoolers, my name is Marcella Fox and I am one of your Deans of Lipsyncing. I'm here today to teach you all about how to make guacamole. I mean, lip-syncing. Sorry, I'm always getting those two things mixed up. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Marcella, you were so good in TDR that you never even had to lip-sync for your life. What makes you qualified to teach this subject? Well, I happen to be the winner of a little competition called Reddit's Lip Sync for Your Life. Several of you are familiar with it, some of you have competed in it, and 6 of your Charm School Deans are alumni of this competition. As you may or may not know, I'm currently hosting the 5th season of it, and I'm here today to impart my words of wisdom on you in a lengthy lesson. Now, some of the things I'm going to cover in this tutorial, Dot might have already spoken to you about in her video. So, if you hear things that she's already said, then they're extra important. And if I contradict what she said, just assume that I'm speaking strictly for video purposes. Now, I know some of you already know what you're doing. I'm just going to tell you everything that I can think of that will help you to do a video lip syncing. And I'm going to do it in 3 steps. The first step is absolute basics. The second step is troubleshooting, how to help you not fuck it up. And third is advanced, extra techniques to make your lip syncs extra special. So I've got my little book here and we're just going to go from top to bottom. First things first, you need to learn the words. Secondly, we need to see your mouth. So if you've been further away, you might want to come closer, especially if you've got a low quality camera, because the closer we come, the easier it is to see your mouth. You need to make sure that you're not obscured by lighting. You don't want light behind you, especially if you're filming outside. Don't film with the sun behind you, because it will put your face in shadow and you won't be able to see what you're doing here. Generally speaking, it's best to be forward facing, or, you know, a little 3/4, but don't turn around so we can't see you, and don't cover up your mouth, Valentina style, okay? Third is overlay. Now this is when you put the high quality audio that you originally lip synced to back over your video track so that we don't have to listen to your shitty phone speakers. Now there are tutorials about this online. I'm going to try and link you to one. It's important to do this, but it's even more important to do it right. You've got to make sure that you are in sync with the music, because otherwise what's the point? No one's going to want to watch it no matter how good you are if you're not in sync with the music. And you're going to want to mute the recorded audio because we don't want to hear your feet stomping and your jewelry clacking. And that covers the beginners section. Easy, right? Now on to intermediate.
Who are you when I can't get you out of my life? Bet you didn't know that I would pack away my things and go. And now it's true, gonna get along in spite of you.
So in this section, we're going to be looking at all the things that could get in the way of your performance and make you fuck it up, because you don't want to fuck it up. And we're going to troubleshoot how you can combat those things and deliver performance without anything in your way. Okay, so first we're going to start with makeup. When you're lip syncing, obviously you want to be seen, you want to be serving a look, you want to feel a fantasy, but you don't want your makeup to get in the way of your expression. Lip sync for your life, you don't have to be a drag queen, you don't have to do the makeup thing, but you do have to express. So with that in mind, if you know that you've got to emote, don't be drawing your eyebrows all the way up here or leaving them off altogether, and don't be drawing on a huge Joker smile, because you won't be able to make a sad face. You know, you won't be able to move your face in the way that you need to move your face for the lip sync. The other thing you're going to want to do is to set your makeup so that while you're moving your face, it doesn't shift. I use hairspray. Easy. Hairspray. Everyone's got hairspray, right? Next, we're going to go on to hair. Now, Laveau has already covered this with you. Hopefully you've paid attention, you know what you're doing with that. But I'm just going to reinforce and reiterate what she said and add a few things of my own. You need to make sure your hair's secure, pin it in, stick it down. You don't want your boy hair to be showing underneath. Now I'm guilty of this, I'm crap at it, but it ruins the fantasy. And if you're moving around, then there's more chance of your hair shifting, so you're going to want to make sure that you're covered at all times. You don't want your hair to get in your mouth, and you don't want your hair to be in your face, because what happens when that happens is you're constantly going like this and like this, and it's a distraction. If you're doing that while you're performing, that's what people are paying attention to. You also don't want your hair to get caught on your clothes, so if you're wearing sequins and you've got like a long straight do, you know, that might interfere. So it's ergonomic things that you need to think about. And again, with the makeup, you might want to avoid lip gloss if you're wearing long hair and you're whipping it around, because it will get stuck in your mouth. And going off hair and makeup, costume. You don't want to be distracted by your costume, so don't wear things that you're going to be fiddling with or constantly like pulling up, tugging up. And now I've been doing this the whole video, I'm so sorry for being such a hypocrite. If you've got reveals planned, practice them and make sure that they work. You don't want to be like pulling at something and it's not coming off. And also shoes. Now this only goes for video, okay? I swear, if you perform on a stage without shoes, you're dead to me. But for videos, if you can't see your feet, don't wear shoes. Because firstly, it means that you can get more scope with your tripod, because I'm too tall if I put on shoes for my tripod, and you don't want to be tripping over yourself. You can probably move a bit better without the shoes, so that can help if you're performing and you're not seeing your feet. Now we're going to troubleshoot filming. First of all, if your camera is going to be in one place the whole time, put it on a tripod or something that will steady it. Don't get someone to hold it and film you unless you need to move. And if someone is filming you, then make sure they know that you need to have the lights in front of you. Make sure they know all these things that I'm telling you so that they don't fuck it up for you. It goes without saying, but never film in portrait. Always film in landscape. This isn't a shitty Instagram story. You need to be filming to fill a screen. Okay? And I don't care if you're dancing and you're far away and your full body still needs to be landscape. That's an absolute must. There is no excuse for not doing that. If you're wanting to dance and show your outfit off and show your body off, then, you know, you can go further away from the camera. You don't have to be like right in front of it for the whole thing, but just make sure that, you know, you are visible. That's I mean, I've said it so many bloody times already, and it's not without reason. Congratulations everyone, that is the intermediate section over, and now we are on to advanced techniques, darling, okay? So these are the things that you need to consider if you want to take your lip sync from a boring, everyday lip sync that anyone could do and turn it into something magical and memorable and rewatchable, and that will save you in a lip sync for your life situation, which you will be in if you are competing on Tumblr's Drag Race and you're not perfect or quit near the end. Expression. When you pick a song or when you're assigned a song, you need to feel the mood of the song, you need to listen to the lyrics, you need to think, what do they say to me? If it's a sad song, be sad. If you want to make it funny, play it up and be funny. Make sure your expressions fit with what you're doing. Don't be dead in the face, because that will kill a lip sync. If you're not sure what you're looking like, go practice in the mirror, girl. That is the easiest way to get better at lip syncing. If you practice in the mirror and you're doing a song and you've got your headphones on and you're looking at yourself and thinking, this bit's boring, then you know what you need to do. You know that you need to make a different facial expression. And you know, I put expression here, but that's not just your face. It also covers like your gestures, your dance moves. You know, it covers everything that you do. When you're expressing, it's not just your face. So you just have to emote correctly, and you don't want to do anything contradictory or that would sell your song in the wrong way that you don't want it to be sold in. You don't want to underact, but you also don't want to overact. You don't want to give it too much. You don't want to over-enunciate every lyric, because it looks stupid on a lot of songs. But you don't want to just be like, because that's boring. Anyone could do that. Now the next thing that you can do to elevate your lip sync is to feed your fantasy, as Tony would say. And what I mean by this is, you've got your outfit, you've got your song, but what else can you do to inject a bit more character and a bit more fun into what you're doing? I'm talking background, I'm talking props, I'm talking innovative interpretations, I'm thinking effects, whether they're practical effects or special effects. You know, just extra things that you can do to spice up your performance. And a lot of the time, these are only things you can do in video format. You know, you might not be able to do some of these things live. So I take advantage of the fact that you're filming and that you are in your room doing it, and that you can do it multiple times. You don't want to just be like lip syncing in your room with like your posters behind you, because it spoils the fantasy. At the very least, I would recommend a blank wall, but you know, maybe you want to have a green screen behind you. Maybe you want to put up things that are relevant to the song you're lip syncing to. That sort of thing, you know. Next on the list is telling a story. Now, you can do this very literally. You can tell the song the way it's written, or you can interpret it in a unique way. But whatever you do, you need to be the master of it. You need to do it with conviction. Don't do it half-heartedly. Don't mix your messages. And that's it, there's only 2 points. Don't do it half-heartedly, and don't mix your messages. You don't want to confuse people, you want to be concise, and you want to invite them in and just let them indulge in what you're serving. And telling a story is a way to do that. It'll help keep things more interesting. I don't just mean like, you know, tell like a fairy tale story. That's, you know, it might be what you want to do. But I just mean, you know, have a concept. That's the word that we use in Lip Sync for Your Life all the goddamn day till the cows come home. Concept. Fully realise things. And telling a story, that's an element of that. And last on the list, I've put editing techniques. There are various tutorials online for how to do various things, like split screen, green screen, adding things, adding text, blah 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 blah. What I would say is you don't want to rely on them. You want what you're making physically to be good at the core. And also, it's a good idea to test them out and make sure you can do them to a good enough level before you start using them in your videos, because you don't want them to look shit. Right, I have run out of notes. I guess that's everything covered. So I'm just going to summarise. So what have we learned? Lip syncing, beyond the basics, is about cohesiveness, bringing everything together, feeling a song, giving emotion, giving the right kind of mood, having a concept, everything coming together to create a piece of art. Don't look at it as just moving your mouth. It's not just moving your mouth, it's about getting in the zone, bringing all these different elements together and serving it up so that someone has to fucking eat it. So I'm going to post some required reading. I'm going to make a few playlists and hopefully you'll be able to get through them and find a tutorial or two maybe, I don't know, I haven't really decided yet. And I'm going to be posting your exam via text so that I can get it just right, because I feel like I'm just going to get it wrong if I say it now. Okay, I hope you enjoyed my lesson, I hope you found it informative and useful, and I'm very much looking forward to see what you do with this week on Tumblr's Drag Race Charm School Cycle 4. Alright everyone, peace out, mwah, bye!
If I tend to look dazed, I read it someplace, I've got cause to be.
You need to learn the words. Fucking hell with the motorbikes!